Hello! I'm back! It's only been like 5 days. That's a short break for me. I'm reaching the point in the year where I really can't afford to be doing that anymore. So, to briefly explain, in case this stream is off like the last one was, this time of year is mentally really hard on me. And I was kind of hoping to be done my 150 streams by now, so I could take the end of the year leisurely. But, yeah, it turns out no. This year has been pretty bad for me mentally. So, yeah. I am running on, like, maybe a combined 4 hours of sleep from attempting to sleep. So, if I am very tired and just not really my normal self, that's why. I am not a mentally stable person. But yeah, we need to do some gear grinding, and I have an idea of what I want to do. First things first is basically we're going to get a different kit. This kit's cool and all. I love its bonus. I love it. The problem with it is everything else about it. So what we're going to be doing is trying to get a better version of this. Now we're doing that because we have this fancy new weapon here, the Infinity Modulator Rifle, which pairs with a kit module. Wrong thing. Pairs with a kit module to give us a set bonus. That means we can't reliably do what we could, but we couldn't reliably do the standard go-to ground thing, which is armor, kit module with Nakul shield and weapon. Because, well, we're not going to be using plasma, because we need this, and the Nakul weapon, while its base attack is plasma, its alt attack, which is what matters, isn't plasma. So, yeah, doesn't really help us much. Honestly, though, I might just use the beam rifle a lot. I'm going to give this thing a go and see how it works out as a plasma weapon, because the plasma piercing beam rifle is just kind of fun. And paired with the kit module for the extra plasma damage should be kind of neat. I honestly wish we had a third weapon slot. I also wish this thing went into its own equipment slot. That would be really nice. Cryptic, can we please have that? Like, I get there's not many devices worth using, but, like, my main has 4 tribbles. I'd like to just keep using the 4 tribbles. I know you can only use one at a time, but I have them there for convenience, because they're basically, it's the Nukara, the dilithium, and I forget the other tribble, and then I have my rainbow tribble, which is the one I actually actively use. But yeah. So yeah, we need to do something I really don't want to do, and I really should have opened that mission. Why did I not? Hold on. Where was this one again? Iconian War. I really don't want to do this mission again, but, you know.
This is Lieutenant Commander Kyla Van Zyl in the shuttle Terra. I'm on leave from Voyager.
Maybe it'll go a
and
little
I was passing
faster.
near the Hobus system when I picked up some odd energy readings. I took a detour
So we basically
to
want
investigate.
this.
You can't be too careful.
I mean, we'll have an easier time doing this mission because we are more properly equipped now, so it should go a bit faster. It is still a lot of just waiting for NPCs to talk, which is what annoyed me about this mission. Like, it's just a lot of standing around and waiting through dialogue as NPCs talk to each other. And a lot of the annoyance with this mission could be solved if you could just re-roll this kit. Because I'm pretty positive it can roll different effects. It may not be able to, and I've been led astray, which wouldn't be the first time that has happened, that I have been led astray by one of the bigger Star Trek Online YouTubers spreading false information.
This freighter's packing some serious weapons. I don't think they're hauling cargo.
Get them, little chaos fighters.
This is the Romulan Imperial Star Navy. You are in a restricted area. Leave immediately.
These aren't Talshar ships. They're Imperial loyalists.
And there goes the fun part of the mission.
Thanks for the assist. I don't know yet. Based on the...
This is Lieutenant Gaius Salon. This vessel has been... This unit is executing. This unit...
Now, something I really should be doing is equipping all of my bridge officers with the remodulating weapon, because it's just kind of better than what they have. So... Right, it's one of the things you can just hold down the button. I may actually want to turn off the auto fire, the auto refire, because you just hold down the button. Which is what is making me think this is going to work really well with this two-piece.
They must be trying to gain access to the gateway data.
Because this two-piece, anytime you kill something with the alt fire of a weapon, you gain a up to 6 stacks of 5% bonus damage.
There's a door to the left.
Which is pretty neat, not gonna lie. I mean, we have 4 stacks of it now. Which, you know, is a pretty big thing. Pretty big boost. Right, it's this side of the room. Especially where we can literally just hold the button down until groups of enemies are dead. Like...
Quick, through the side door and down to the gate.
Damage. Like, this is a bit silly. Right, it works off of that charge level. Right. I gotta remember that. It's been a while since I've used this thing in any sort of capacity. It can fire as long as this little bar down here has charge left. For the alt fire. The main fire is just a hold down the button. Oh, I'm out of range.
Well, but you...
I have a
No.
seal, I think.
Well, well, well. Keep your friends close. It may besides.
I suppose.
I would pay any amount of attention to the dialogue if we hadn't already done this mission so many times.
With the poor guy. With the coordinates I've memorized, I can gain. My engineers report that they're having trouble.
This unit. This.
Me. There we go. Then the explosion happens. And I don't remember which of these happens first,
What are you
so...
doing to my ship down there? Don't make
this
things
one.
worse.
And then I scramble the sensors. Still don't fully understand why it's not going off from the guy standing right next to it, but, you know. Given, you know, he's right there. And if it's gonna go off on me, then it should be going off on him. But, you know... The mission wouldn't be annoying if that happened. Honestly, that should be the explosion that happens first, is literally that first bomb. And then we should only have to clean up these other two bombs. Like, that would make more sense, especially given the proximity to the bomb that one NPC is.
I shouldn't need to remind you that we're on a timetable, so I won't.
It's on the other side. I remembered I needed to be up on this level. But a thing to note with the plasma damage bonus from the kit here. It is just a plus damage. It's not bonus damage. So it's only going to be building off of the base damage of the weapon. So we're not going to actually see a huge per shot bonus. What we will probably see is a decent little chunk of DPS because of how this weapon fires. You know, this. But
I recognize you, Republic Sealer.
Snow.
I understand very. The Nopata system? Interesting.
It's so interesting. Come on, game. You can do it. You can load. Depending on how annoyed I am by the end of this, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot there was also this segment where we get to destroy exactly 2 ships again. think it's exactly 2.
And
Yeah.
requesting assistance.
Responding to your request for assistance.
You really shouldn't have. It spawned 2 more gravity wells. I love that duty officer.
Hakeem.
Come on, Sela, come open the door.
Someone else has been through here recently.
Tal'Shiar!
I'm gonna die. I'm standing in, like, multiple plasma clouds. I was kind of hoping I'd survive, but I was standing in multiple plasma clouds.
Why am I not surprised the mess hall is the one place here that isn't a total wreck?
Now, as part of this kit, like this set, is this module, which is basically something that you place outside of a room. And now I have a shield and med generator, and they're gonna destroy it because I placed it wrong. Oops. But if I hadn't placed it wrong, I didn't
At least
see
they
the
were
guys
smart enough
standing
to
there.
take the weapons out of the armory.
But, yeah, it's basically a combined shield and med generator that anyone can use. Because why would this be something specific to an engineer? It's totally not a literal engineer's med and shield generator. Totally not. What are you talking about? It doesn't have the shield resistance. So it's totally different.
Hakiv Sanctum. I'm guessing that side door isn't just for show.
There must be a way through this blank wall. Maybe there's a release trigger in the office.
Allow me.
And it's the same as there's a weapon. I think it's... I don't actually remember. I know there's one weapon. I think it's the Delta Alliance weapon.
Let's
For
get
their
this
reputation.
gateway working again.
Its alt fire literally becomes orbital strike when certain conditions are met, giving literally anybody access to orbital strike. It's great.
You should be more careful about the loyalty of your subordinates. Stop her! Don't let her escape! There we go. I'll just put in those coordinates.
Like, it honestly feels like Cryptic is just slowly but surely. I know the Delta weapon isn't new, it's just I learned of it recently. But of all the things I'm learning of, and finding out, and the new things they're adding, that are literally just the things that the engineer does, That tells me the Cryptic wants people playing engineers, but rather than encouraging them to do it by buffing the engineer, they're just giving the engineer's abilities to everyone else to be like, here, please use them. We put time into these. And, like, I get that there is, like, there are grenades that anyone can use and things like that, but it's very little if the tacticals kit is usable
There's
by
a gateway
everybody.
On this side. We won't be stuck here. Now, let's see what secrets we can wrest from this facility. Automated defenses? What a waste of time.
And I honestly can't think of anything science officer that
Let that force field down!
the other factions, like the other classes, can use. There probably is some, it's just not very good, because once again, why would they give the actual good things?
We need to catch her before she can cause any more trouble.
Yes, yes, so what consoles do I need to press?
She's locked the door. Try to unlock it with one of these consoles. Interesting. According to this data, we're in the Andromeda Galaxy. You should download some of these files to your tricorder. This sphere seems to be much older than the others. There's communication
like,
traffic
there's-
from Iconian ships inside the sphere.
Of
I've never
the
seen
things
these
that
kinds
are
of vessels
specific
before.
to engineer, the only thing I can think of that I've not seen a direct
Here we go.
copy
Almost
of
there.
as a universal is
Got
the,
it. The door is open.
mechanical only repairs, because they're kind of garbage. So, you know. Wait, is Tovin stuck? No. What is that? Oh, it's one of their turrets.
Taurus must have.
So, you know, there's the mechanical only repairs. Shit, can't. Ow. And then there's the, supplies. The combat supplies. And that's really it.
How absurd. Did you feel that? The sphere just jumped. The Iconian invasion is beginning.
Have fun, guys. It's not, though. Can I
The
just...
gateway is destabilizing.
Yes.
I'll take.
May as well do that quickly. There is no point of killing any of those things, so... Honestly, there's some of these missions that I've replayed so much, I almost feel like I should throw up a speedrunning timer and just see how fast I can get through them. The only major issue for time would be these freaking loading screens. Because sometimes they just take forever, even though they really shouldn't. Because they're loading assets that exist. There we go.
As you can see, matters have become somewhat urgent. We have no information. Greetings.
Yep. Kit performance, personal shields expert. Ooh, that I think is almost as good as I'm going to get. I mean, I would rather have weapon skills. But, like... I'm gonna look at these kits, because usually... Ah, these don't have set increases. Good. Unless maybe if I come to this... No. No, it's just... Unless they do, and it's just not listed on the wiki. Good. Crap. Do I just go with it and take the personal shields expert? I mean, slightly improves my shields. I kind of want to just take this. I have the R&D things. Like, hell, I could push it to gold mark 15. Which I might honestly just do. I really don't want to replay that mission again right now. We have marks to grind. But, like, there are universal consoles for turrets that are better than the engineer's base turret. There's this med and shield generator. There's the Soon's shield drones. There's also the explosive drones. There's also plenty of universal drones. There's universal mines. There's... I think there's been universal med generators before. As well as probably a universal shield generator. Like, everything the engineer does is a universal. Meanwhile, you really can't say that for the other classes. Even though, like, in the case of tactical, having more melee skills would be nice for everybody, because it would mean you could play a melee build outside of a tactical officer. Like... And I think this also does something. No, that just gives extra slots. I remember hearing there was some sort of way of equipping other classes' kit modules. Might have just been someone joshing me. I don't know. I have time, I might as well read the actual thing. Okay, yeah. Doesn't do that. I guess I was just being joshed. The temptation is here. Not gonna lie. To get some more keys and then try to get some more stuff. But... was I doing right, one of my bridge officers has a phaser. That's how I was doing phaser damage on the ground. Don't remember which one of them has a phaser. So that's plasma. Disruptor. There we go. It was Tovin. Wait, what? Right, yeah, I keep forgetting that freaking Grinalda's broken, and... Or the autopilot's broken. Okay. That happens too. Notice how I'm not turning? I'm gonna have to manually make my way to Grinalda, because it's just not... Sometimes this just happens. Where the game's just like, nah. Who needs autopilot? I think that's it. Looks like it. So that might be the Fleet Starbase. And that might be Grinalda. Right, yeah, because Grinalda isn't actually a station in space. I almost went to the Fleet Starbase, where I crash a lot and don't have access to everything I need because this fleet is very small. I mean, I don't mind. I can buy most of the things that I want from this fleet. Like, the only things I really don't have access to is, like, the advanced tactical consoles and the, colony deflector. But that's really about it. Elite hangar pets are hit or miss, so I don't really care about not having access to them. Now, just as a comparison point, that's what we had the first time. Honestly, I wish I could take the endurance training and put it on this in place of the frickin' shields expert. Or honestly, in place of the kit performance, but that's because we don't have access to good kit modules. So, we are going to equip this. This can be junked, because I already have one. We're going to put this into our bank, because I'm definitely not getting rid of that. It's not a bad kit. If I wanted to spend the money on getting the bridge officer upgrades, I could then equip them with kits, and I believe that would then cause the salvage to drop for me. But now, what we want to do is get our hands on the Discovery armor, because it's probably the best standalone armor. Which currently we have the doodads for, we just don't have the marks for. But it just gives a flat-out 10% crit chance. Now, the reason you go with the Nakul shield and weapon, and then the armor and kit, normally, is basically because the Nakul set, 2-piece set, gives you another 30% crit severity on top of the 30% you gain from this, so we would be at 134% crit severity. But I'm going for more crit chance, because quite simply we could use it. The CQC armor is going to push us to 21.7% crit chance. So, that'll be nice. We're also closing in on having to replace a lot of these. I say replace them because when you reach tier 6 in these reputations, which, like, this is 3 days away, 4 days, this one's further. You know, it's just 20, a lot of these are 5 days. Any of them that we're using that are about to become tier 6, it de-equips the trait. It doesn't just equip the higher level version. You no longer have the low level version, so it just de-equips it. And honestly, this one actually doesn't get much better. I thought, given most traits double, that this would do the same. It doesn't. I kind of wish it did. But yeah, let us see. There's a better damage, I'm pretty sure. I might be thinking... of a different reputation or something we just don't have yet. You know, we have it, it's just the same thing. It's just 5% bonus all damage instead of bonus all energy weapon damage. Which does kind of make it better, because that also would boost any other abilities I would have that deal damage, if I had any. I mean, I suppose I have, where is it? Is it not even on my bar? I don't even think it's on my bar. This. I have this. This is an energy weapon damage. So... trading out this for... where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. This should get us a little more damage here. Yeah, that's 200 plasma damage now. I mean, the damage resistance is what matters there. And like, just also as a showing how little this matters. This is 101. 96. Like, this... For those who don't understand the different damage boosting, that should basically show you that a plus damage is not... It's not helpful. I love Atlantis. Meanwhile, if we were to come into here and this 5% bonus, and we're 101, we're 96. This 5% bonus damage is literally worth as much as that 20% plus damage, because the bonus damage is applying at the end of the calculation, the plus damage is applying at the beginning of the calculation. So basically, this 5% bonus damage is applying 5% on literally everything already added together, while that plus damage is applying to... It's one of the things being added. It's taking your base damage and adding 20%, while this is taking your end damage and adding 5%. I can stop crouching now. Now, we need marks. I should also work on these. Where the shit are there Zenkethi on the ground easily? Okay. Comes from a mission that I wouldn't mind doing, honestly. It's just I don't feel like doing it right now. So it comes from this mission, which gives the Bajor stuff, which honestly is not a bad set.
Their new proto-matter torpedo
it actually kind of is better for what I'm going for
once such an attack begins.
than
This has to
over
stop.
the Breen set.
We've
So
spotted several Zenkethi fleet groups on the move.
do I really want to do this right now? It's just endeavors. There will always be more. It just takes going so far out of the way, and I'd have to change to a phaser weapon. Well, I wouldn't have to, it's just it'd be more reliable if I did. Because relying on Tovin is just kind of not a good thing to do. Let's hop into some random queues. Oh boy, Borg disconnected.
I am 7 of 9. In this instance, I speak for the cooperative.
Not sure how well I'll be able to handle this mission. I feel like I want to just follow somebody else. Oh, hey, that's the Voth Temporal. Okay, my buddy, let's go this way. He is so much faster than me. Hopefully no one else comes this way. We only need 2 people here. Fair enough. Do I not have... I don't have my tactical sweep on my bar. I am very good at this. How do I always miss skills? I have Go Down Fighting, I remember that one.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Yay! Specialty point. I will forever find it amusing how some fighting game tournaments have to ban skins because literally sexy skins do technically give you an advantage.
I'm picking up a massive
Wow, even
disturbance in
these aren't
fluidic
cubes
space.
anymore. Okay.
Species 8472 is approaching.
Why would the freed Borg need assimilators? Maybe I'm weird here, but I don't see why they need assimilators. This Voth science ship does not need my help. Oh, it was angled down enough. Yeah, I know, they've been just throwing assimilators everywhere, but, like, I wish they would have kept some things making sense. At least they fixed the cubes that were literally assimilators. It was literally an assimilator, but with the name of cube, because that is how much effort they put into changing the things over. They clearly just went in and changed out every cube model into an assimilator. And forgot to change the name. Need to remember to keep doing my auxiliary to structural so I can help cooldowns of at least this sciencey dude here. I wonder if this actually works to improve that. It probably doesn't, but... I don't tend to do science, so I don't know all of the tricks of science. Honestly, I shouldn't really be doing science on this thing. It's just... This is a science carrier. It's kind of what they do. Which is why I will forever stand. Science carriers really should be allowed to equip secondary deflectors.
Something on an intercept course. Quite sizable.
I'm just glad they haven't put the fricking, mirror Borg everywhere. That they did at least keep them mostly to their own new mission.
The Voth have a ship designed to fight. Destroy it before it attacks one.
Oops. keep forgetting the order I have those skills in. I thought that was this one. Yeah, I may as well actually place this thing down. It's a bit of extra firepower. Honestly, there's a thing that I'm going to be working towards doing, because it's something we can do, and I will soon have the fleet ship module to actually grab one of the requirements for doing this. It's just I won't have the upgrades, but hopefully by the next Phoenix event I'll have enough tokens built up to buy the upgrades to X2 the ships, though X2ing doesn't really matter. Not in the state I'm in, given how little, I have to actually equip in trait slots. And it's the trait slots that matter the most, so... But, the Protostar Phaser Omni-Beam counts as a crafted Omni-Beam. There is also a mission reward Phaser Omni-Beam, meaning it is actually relatively possible to get a dual beam setup going, because I'll have 2 Omni-Beams, but that requires phasers. The fun thing is, the Discovery reputation has a really freaking good phaser.
The Collective will not fall here. I will not allow it. You will be eliminated! Nothing shall perish.
3 dreadnoughts, but they're attacking one another. This is your chance.
Yeah, it is my chance to do my destroy dreadnoughts in depth. I wonder what my beams are up to. Almost 2,000 damage. That's not bad. Oh, can I? No, I cannot. So, what of those do I possibly want anything from? None of them, really. None of these have anything I care about, but I guess I'll take this, because maybe. Oh boy, more useless EC. I need disco marks. Oh hey, I ended up getting the purple Polaron dual beam. If I had beams to 15 and could make my own, could make crafted Omni beams, really I could do a dual beam setup of anything. And honestly, like, the Polaron for reducing power levels would be kind of funny. If you really devote to draining power levels, you can do some insane things. It's just doing those things really doesn't matter. Because the enemy will probably be dead before you've actually drained down their power levels. So, I'm just not going to bother hanging on to it. It'll be some tasty salvage. Really want to get that close quarters expert armor already. The thing is, I'm gonna need the 500 marks plus the extras to keep this going another couple days at least. Though, I mean, while not optimal for damage dealing, the Discovery space set is not bad for staying alive. And, like, this is a 10% increased damage to shields. This gives more hull capacity. Like, you basically almost can't die while using the full 4-piece of this set. It's just, it requires you to use the full 4-piece, which that is a lot of marks, and I'm not sure it's worth it, given the 2-piece from this is extra damage all the time. Also takes a lot of marks, but a lot fewer of them. Though if I do, I still also need the weaponry stuff, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of discovery marks, because it's... If I want to do that dual beam setup, I need 500 for that. Which will also mean that I won't need the torpedo. Because you want this. And this would fill in the other slot. It's the torpedo is just used to put the, this set on everything, because you kind of want this set on everything. The 2-piece bonus from the Discovery weapon set gives you more critical severity for literally every crit. Like, you will very quickly reach 25% more crit severity, which is a decent little chunk more damage. And thankfully, I have the reputation vouchers to actually buy all that stuff. But yeah, my plan is basically to come into here. Wrong thing. Grab... Where is it? Where is the ugly thing? There it is. This thing. And basically outfit it with dual beams. Because it's got a good weapon layout for it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about getting to that. It's just getting the freaking equipment. That's what's going to take a lot of marks. Given of the stuff I want from the Discovery rep. It's 500... 1,000, 1,500. Wouldn't mind having the torpedo too, so that's 2,000 marks, basically. Until I managed to get my main sorted out, I was probably bottom, like, 0.1% DPS. My main was just not dealing damage, and I still don't know why. I followed all the standard, you know, hey, go do this, you know, respec your captain. I did. And then when that didn't work, it was basically, okay, maybe ask Cryptic what's going on. And I did, and their response was, respec your captain. We'll give you another respec token. Do it again. And I did. And it still didn't work. Like... So... Now, my character had been bugged for a while. My main is from 2012. So... And she was bugged. Quite a long time. I was just not dealing the damage I should have been dealing. I was effectively, no matter what I did, my own personal weapons were always dealing base damage. No matter what I was doing. I am not. I kind of just come up with my own stuff. So hello AI / entity. I have more fun building my own stuff. I don't care about chasing DPS. Mostly because that requires spending so much money that I'm just not willing to spend. But yeah, I could honestly... basically just do the dual beam setup on this without spending the fleet token, but I kind of want the X upgrade. I mean, I probably won't join it, because, like, I don't overly see the value in it. I like failing myself. See, I sorted out the damage issue. So, my character is actually dealing the damage she should be dealing now. It literally was a case of third time was the charm with respecking the captain. The third time the charm also, it was like 2 years after the last time I had tried. Because the main thing was, my main flew and still flies a carrier, and my hangar pets were dealing the damage they should be dealing. So, it didn't really matter. So... it's just anytime I hopped into anything that wasn't the carrier. Yeah, that was the response I was getting from basically everybody. Was weird. That shouldn't be happening. And yeah, it shouldn't have been, but it was. I kind of wish I had a recording of it, because it was just strange. While I think of it... oh wait, I had 2 points. When did I get a second point? Like I said, I've solved it now, so it's not an issue anymore. I'm not surprised. I'm just glad they didn't leave tier 5s in the dust. I was quite salty by the way they were seeming to make it very clear that they were only going to buff tier 6s. Like, my main flies the Voth Bastion. And I don't have the command variant because have you seen the bloody price on that thing?
Oh, Kathy have proto-matter production facilities near a black hole.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Man, that guy has worse inertia than I do. I'm gonna end up in the black hole a few times. Calling that one now. I could have had so many more ships had, like, I not just stopped playing the game randomly. It's basically just a case of I would get bored and just kind of stop. And I've always had an issue with attention span. So, like, so many of the events that I've been around for, I just never completed. This is Phoenix Box because, well, this account doesn't have it. No, no. Come on, ship. Just gonna do this. How is that guy handling so much better than me? He probably has RCSs on. And more engine power. Would not be surprised. Because I don't use RCSs. I probably should. But I don't. Engine power. Yeah, once I get my... Like, I recently came back into this game kind of full force near the end of the summer event from this year. I honestly don't think I can ever justify myself buying a MUDs bundle. They're just way too expensive for what little they offer, comparatively to just buying other ships. Or other bundles. I mean, I'm sure there's some of them that are great. It's just as a whole, they just don't seem as good.
We've collected enough Hoffman particles to power the explosion weapon. Shield down. Get the facility out. Destroyers leaving anchor. Fallen into the black hole. Move on to the next one.
Hooray, I got a particle. I am very much used to my, my main where that would not be possible at this point. I don't have the engine power or inertia to get turned around. My main has the major downside of being an engineer. I feel like I should just play support from here on out, because I'm not going to be able to do a huge amount. Big bulky carriers are just kind of like that. Given the nature of this character, this carrier will never be as good as it can be. Because I will never have superior area denial. Let's see how close I can get. I'm pretty sure I'll still be able to get within 10 kilometers to help out with at least killing things and the like. Ow. That's a lot of firepower. I also wasn't really making progress away from the black hole. I kind of got too close. No, not my shields. What will I do without my shields? I get the feeling, based on the number of injuries, that that person in the Carfe might be non-Tier 5U. Might just be Tier 5. Which I really wish they would just make all of the Tier 5 upgrades free. Like, there's no point anymore. But it probably makes them just that little bit of money, so... Gotta keep that trickle going.
We've collected enough hostile particles to power the explosion weapon. Shield down the Kepi facility gamma. Pick up the gravitic anchor.
Okay, all the anchors are down. I'm gonna just come back here away from the black hole. Dreadnought's gonna be over here anyway.
A Zenkethi Dreadnought group is arriving. Engage then!
Go, my little fighters. Tickle with your singular cannon.
We have destroyed the Dutch facilities. There is still much work to be done.
Boy, Lucari marks that I don't need. It's far from 2 minutes. But yeah, some hangar pets just explode. Any enemy with a feedback pulse will annihilate your hangar pets. But at maximum, it should be around like 20 seconds to recover your hangar pets. Yeah, things like these frigates, you know, basically frigate class pets, will last a bit longer. They're a lot harder to kill. You're looking at like 40 seconds to bring them back, but also most of the time, these aren't worth using, so just don't. I was wondering where I'd put them, because I know I don't have frigates in my inventory, I just have the little fighters. It's like, I get, you know, looking at a frigate and being like, oh, but they have, you know, dual cannons, turrets, torpedoes, mines, they have multiple skills. You have so few of them. I'm just even comparing 1-to-1 with these Chaos Fighters, which aren't great. Like, this is per wing, 6 pulse cannons, 6 torpedoes. While this is, I mean, the dual cannons that'll almost never be firing. The turrets, which probably there's 2 each, maybe? We don't know. But even then, that's still, even at 2, that's only 4 turrets. 2 torpedoes, 2 mines. Like, pulse cannons are better than turrets because they're cannons. Turrets are turrets. And, like, these Chaos Fighters are not great. Really, I should be coming in here and grabbing these off of my, my Carfe, because, well, quite simply, these are better. Faster firing torpedoes and multiple cannons. It's really obvious that these only have one cannon. As their description does say, it does only say one cannon. I really wish they had two. I would gladly give up the evade target lock for another cannon. Or the torpedo. Give up the torpedo for a cannon. Honestly, from playing around with them, even these are probably better. Because at the very least, these have 2 beam arrays. Which basically means per wing of deployed pets, you've got 12 beam arrays. Or 24 extra beam arrays in total. Like, that is something Cryptic could really work on, is buffing the bigger hangar pets to actually be worth using. Because, like, it basically does equate to any of the fighters are great. The Type 8 shuttles are meh. I believe they have 2 phaser arrays, so at the very least you get 2 beam arrays. The runabouts are kind of bad, because you only get one less of them, and you're not really gaining anything extra for that. Same with the Delta Flyers. The utility ones are just kind of bad in general. Like, they really should come through and give some love to the bigger hangar pets. These are probably the worst of the bigger ones. Because you only get 2 of them, and really the only thing they do is they fire a pair of pulse cannons. I mean, the boarding party is there, but... most things are dead long before that has any chance to even matter. Honestly, if the hangar pets were basically... throwing some basic game design principles out here, if all of the hangar pets were thrown into a literal, you know, a power chart, and made sure that they all aligned with each other, it would be nice. Like, a good case in point is just, you know, using the example of the, of these little guys. Just use, you know, taking these as the baseline of, let's say, all fighters get 2 weapons, 1 skill. Just using that as a rough baseline. I'm not saying this is how it should be, I'm just using this as an example baseline. So fighters have 3 slots, basically. You get 6 of them. So, larger pets should basically, that you get the 2 per wing, should basically get the 2 weapons, 2 skills. Mostly because, well, an AI-controlled skill is worth less than a weapon, but could, with the right skill, be worth using over a respective fighter for whatever build you're doing. The frigates, where you have so much less of them per hangar, should have the weapons to compensate, so that, you know, your launching of 2 frigates from 1 hangar bay should give you 12 weapons. just to keep them in line with what the fighters can do. It basically focuses your weapons into fewer hangar pets. Like, that would be the ideal, you know, basically pick out some baselines and do that with them. Which, honestly, they have baselines like that, because I'm pretty sure the Peregrine fighters, I have to say I'm pretty sure, because we just simply do not know, pretty sure these are basically 3 weapons. They might be 4, because they might have a fore and aft torpedo. It does say torpedoes, but we don't know. You know, the two Jus have basically the same setup. Only they say Disruptor Pulse Cannon, but they obviously have 2 cannons. Which is once again a case of we just don't know the equipment layouts of these things, which also doesn't help matters much. When you have to run a parser just to freaking even remotely understand how many weapons a hangar pet has, because they can't just tell us. Even though it would be so easy to just go in and alter the text to say how many of each weapon they have. They could have an intern do it. Hell, I know basic programming. Cryptic, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it for free. Anything to make it easier to understand my hangar pets. They would never do that, because there'd be so many problems with getting a completely unknown to mess with your code. Yeah, I've almost got enough marks for one thing. I do have to use the washroom, and I also need some coffee. So, I'll be back in a moment or two. and return. But yeah, with any game, it's a thing that is generally taught to basically help keep your game balanced, and any game can make use of this, is the basic principle of a power chart. The higher the cost, the higher the damage, but everything should be a linear progression. So basically, you should be able to take every aspect of your game, like let's use the example of hangar pets in Star Trek here, and you should be able to plot them all in a straight line, diagonally up, basically. The more resource intensive to get, the better it should be, but they should all stay roughly in line with each other. So basically, the entire line would start with all of the common pets, move to the advanced, move to the elite. And there is room to allow for deviation from these charts. So you can have some that underperform, some that overperform, just to add flavor and keep things different, but it should never be by a massive margin. Not to bash Cryptic, but clearly no one ever taught them that concept. Like, that is a really easy concept for keeping a game balanced. But, yeah, there is a lot of MMOs that just don't care about that concept. And it shows. Because Cryptic ain't the only one. There is a lot of MMOs where the power creep just gets away from them because they clearly stop caring about that standardized power curve. It's easiest to manage in, in the cases where all of the skills have a resource cost in your MMO, because then you can balance basically effectiveness to resource. This game doesn't have that, so that makes it a bit harder to balance things on that curve, but on that scatter plot, all of the basic hangar pets should be together. They're not. The rare Tujus are at the very top of the list for some reason. Oh boy, this one. Swap. Oh, right. I don't have these on auto anymore because of the other weapon. Hey, I got one of the damage boosts, I think. Oh, I've got two of them now.
What we do not assimilate, we will destroy.
I'm gonna try not to be the person that needs to go push buttons. Though I do kind of understand how to do it, so I could be the one to go do it. I mean, I probably have the lowest damage output of anyone here, so it would probably be for the best that I go to do it. Okay, someone's already in there. Now, I don't know where the nodes are, so it doesn't help my case any in this. So I just don't know where to even look. This place is a maze. Well, there's people down there. Oh shit! I almost fell out of the map. Wow, this thing has range. Okay. I think I saw the person run this way. Yes. I gotta remember to actually use my rally cry. I should really use this, even though I don't need it.
We do not assimilate. We will destroy.
Okay, so we were waiting on that person to do something, and they are incapable of doing it. I have no idea where the thingies are, either. Wait. So I have no idea where the thingies are. I'm not going in first. Well, looks like the person got it fixed. game. Yeah, I missed a few mega marks. And that should be my first piece of disco gear. Keep where there being should be, because I'm pretty sure that's 500 marks. Yes, 528. Hello, Frisk. Yes, I'm streaming. She wants attention. Can you tell? Now, the only thing is, what piece of disco gear do I grab first? The armor would probably be the most generally useful as a first piece of equipment, but also the console would be nice. Do I even have... Well, yeah, I do technically have room for the console. I could basically take this off, move sensor burnout up into its slot, and then put it the TAC console in the TAC slot. And then once I X2 it, I can put this back on if I feel like putting it back on. Could you not knock my sword off the wall? But replacing this armor would probably be the best first step. I will lose the plus 50% secondary energy attack damage, but because I definitely want to keep my my piercing beam. So yeah, let's grab the CQC armor. Because 10% crit chance. Who doesn't like 10% more crit chance? Now I just can't wait for it. Wrong tab. What does that gain? Okay, I definitely want to get that thing to at least ultra rare, because then I get 20% crit severity. Which is where, like, I'd have to actually have it, you know, see basically a parser run with these, the differences, but, like, I feel like the Burnham's CQC armor is probably better than the Nakul 2-piece. At least in terms of what it does. It's at the very least better than the Romulan stuff. Because you have to be crouching to gain this crit severity. The other one, you just gain it all the time. Man, if this little box on my headset could stop getting caught on things. I am going to be buying a new headset soon. So I'll be coming into some money literally in like 4 days. Now, ooh, you can re-engineer it. Huh. Yeah, kind of feel like, the HP is what it should stay on. Now, if this could also roll to critical hit, then re-rolling that into critical hit would be a good idea, but... Do I just throw the Phoenix upgrades at it? Or do I guarantee it'll be where I want it to be? Because I can do this. Actually, that's giving 40% crit severity. So, okay, yeah, this would just be better than the Nakul 2-piece. Because that's more crit severity. I thought it was just a standard 20. Yeah, I'll just do this. That way I know it has what I want it to have, instead of trying to get the RNG to work out for me. Alright, bridge officers. Who of you has the worst armor? You. Can almost guarantee it. Yes. There you go, lady. Have better armor. I totally care about my bridge officers. What are you talking about? But okay, there's 22.7. Pair that with this thing literally being a hold down the button kind of weapon. I kind of wish that, like, the auto-fire worked better with this. I mean, it might work fine enough. What, Frisk? Yes, I know, I'm streaming. And I know you know I'm streaming. I really need to figure out what it is that you see that when I'm streaming, so I can stop having it open. Because she's normally not this asinine. It's only when I'm streaming. Because she's a little shit. Yeah, let's upgrade my kit. This I will just throw the rest of my Phoenix upgrades at. Or I'll be keeping one of them because the chance of this actually succeeding is so low. See, I don't have the dilithium to do that. That won't push it far enough. So it can just sit like that. Slightly more crit. 93.2. I'm almost at 150. Now to not get any more ground, because that's just usually how it works. Hopefully I'll get a discovery queue. That would be nice. Replenish my discovery marks a bit. I know I could have just manually queued for discovery, but where's the fun in that? Hive Onslaught. Borg. Why everybody run Borg? Like... I get it's just these are probably the fastest queues, so everyone runs them because they're the fastest. Like, man. So much of the random is just the Borg queues over and over and over again. Like, I would kind of expect a decent spread between at least Romulan and Borg, given those are the two most advised go-to universals.
Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
I'm about to smack into a few.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Right, feedback pulse. I forgot about the feedback pulse. Wait, why is the feedback pulse not affecting the jellyfish? That's a very good question.
Is not the end.
I mean, I know there is some damage types it just doesn't reflect, which is kind of BS.
You will have strength of purpose. You will be born.
Yeah, this is happening. Yep, here I come. I don't need the EC. I really need to get into the habit of actually salvaging this stuff. Because I don't really need the salvage at the moment either, but I need it a bit more than I need EC. given this character doesn't have access to the exchange, so... It just occurred to me I could force a ground queue. But once again, it wouldn't be discovery, which would make it very much not helpful at all. I also could use some delta marks. But I have been going for about 2 hours, and I am kinda hungry. Because this is an Iron Man character. If I can't obtain it myself, I don't have it, basically. So, no dilithium exchange, no proper exchange, no trading. Hence why everything's a bit janky, and why I have a uncommon resist module instead of a better one. Which actually I could go get a better one right now. What am I doing? Can you tell I'm used to not being promoted? I'm gonna go do that real quick before I stop. Wait, I have a transwarp to DS9. I have multiple. Actually, I have one even closer. Because if I did have access to the exchange, it wouldn't be any different than raising a normal character. Now, is this working? No. Just gonna get ready just in case. Getting my OBS open so I can hide the screen if I need to. Okay, looks like I'm not gonna need to. Right, I don't have the dilithium. So I can't buy it right now. If I had the dilithium, I could pick up this. It's more hull capacity equals more crit. And, well, this is a purple resist. And always buy the Mark 10. Don't bother with the higher ones. You're just wasting dilithium. So tomorrow I'll be able to do that. Because I definitely don't have it today. So I can grab my extra 500 while I am here. Which gets me, most of the way there. But yeah, I could definitely use some food, and I have been going about 2 hours. I'm not gonna set this in stone, because I honestly don't know if I will have the actual mental strength to keep this up for this month. I'm gonna try to stream every day this month again. Probably won't succeed, but I'm gonna try. So I will be back streaming tomorrow. May or may not be more Star Trek. I might go back to Star Ocean, finish up the secret dungeon, and then beat the final boss. Before I do get back to that in Star Ocean, I'm going to, in my own time, get to where I was before the AI kind of screwed me. As it's one to do in that game. But yeah, that is going to be it for today. Tomorrow will probably be a longer stream. I am just kind of tired and hungry. So, yeah. Hopefully I shall see y'all back here tomorrow for whatever I end up streaming. And if I don't, watch whatever you want. You don't have to watch me. Don't know why you're watching me in the first place. Yeah, see y'all tomorrow.